Good morning, students. My name is GOODLUCK. My qualification is BA in Com. I teach to students basically from the grades of 9 to 12 and of all grades, that is from ICSC, CBSC, and NIOS. I've been teaching since past 10 years, and since past 2 years, I've been teaching as an online educator. So let's just not waste the time and move ahead for the demonstration. So let's just move ahead to the demo session. Today's topic, which I just covered, that is demand. It is very important topic of economics here. So what is demand? Demand, you can say it is a desire. Sorry. It is a desire or willingness, or you can say willingness that is being made by any person, whether it can be a child, it can be a male, it can be a female, to buy various quantities of a commodity. Quantities means at 1 kg, at 2 kg, at 3 kg. Okay? And that person is willing to buy different quantities of a commodity at all possible prices of a good that has been given during a period of time. For example, there is one X person. He has a willingness to purchase oranges of 2 kg. So that 2 kg is his quantity. Okay. And the price is 10 rupees. So this X person is making a desire, or you can say demand, to buy 2 kg of oranges at a price, at what price? That is rupees 10. So this is known as demand in economics. So finally, when that person goes to the shop, pay the price, and buy that commodity, this desire is being converted into demand. So this is known as demand in economics. Now, children, we move ahead. Now I'm going to explain you the determinants of demand. Children, determinants of demand or factors of demand, these are all same. The first factor is known as price of a commodity. So the ceteris paribus says here that other things remaining equal, other things remaining equal means the taste and preference, okay, the season and weather, or the income of the consumer. They are all equal except price. So here the D is always is proportionate to 1 upon P. This formula simply means that when the price of any commodity is rising up, children, you must have gone to the, when you were small, must have gone to the slides, and you must enjoy the right name as seesaw. So this formula applies to that seesaw. I'm just making it up here. So when what happened, a price is getting up, the demand is going down, and when the price is going down, our demand is increasing. So what happened in this case, that the demand is being fluctuated on a factor named as price. So suppose when the price of any good is rising continuously, automatically its demand will be falling, or vice versa. Now let us know this concept. For example, suppose I'm making a schedule to explain you the better. This is the commodity. Its combination is A and B. So the price is 5 rupees, suppose. The quantity demand is at 10. And when the price has been risen from 5 to 8, our quantity demanded has fallen to 5. So automatically what happened in case of this commodity price that is named as, you can say, X, okay? What happened earlier, the people will buy this commodity at 5 rupees, okay? And what happened, its demand was continuously increasing at 10. So the price was less here and the demand was high. Now what happened, as constantly our price has risen up or increased to 8 rupees, automatically what happened, our demand has fallen to 5. So this is the vice versa concept. So this is how our price is very helpful in fluctuating the demands of the commodity. I hope this concept is clear. Now, children, we move to the second factors of end demand, that is income of the consumer. Income of the consumer. Children, the income of the consumer is being mainly affected by the, you can say, the income, the purchasing power of any person. So obviously what happened here, if your average income is high, your quantity demanded will be high. So this is always a positive relationship. It's always been affected by the purchasing power. Purchasing power is basically your capability to buy any commodity. That is how much rupees you are having in your pocket. So suppose if your, and for example, if your average income is 10, okay, so automatically what you can buy? You can buy 5 kg of oranges, obviously. So what happens in this case? Obviously, when your income is more, you are demanding more. Okay. And now the vice versa of this. Suppose your income is has fallen down to 8. So automatically what happened? Your capability is being affected. And when this has been affected, then automatically what happened? Your demand is fluctuating and your demand goes down from 5 kg of oranges to 2 kg. Why? Because earlier you were having an ample amount of money through which you can easily buy this 5 kg. But now automatically when your income has fallen down, your purchasing power to buy any commodity has been also falling down. So you have shrinking up your demand. You have compromised with your demand. So this is how income is very helpful to measure the demand of the commodity. I hope this concept is clear to you. If any doubts, you can just ask me at the end of the session. Now we come to the third determinant of this. This is price of related. It consists of two kinds of goods. First is complementary goods, and the another is substitute goods. So substitute goods are those goods which are having the same preferences, and can be used in place of each other. For example, I'm just taking tea and coffee. These are those goods which can be used in place of each other and having the same difference. Automatically, you must be knowing that whenever you feel lazy, what do you have? Can anyone answer? Coffee or tea? Good. So what happens? Both these goods contains a caffeine. Contains a caffeine. So now what happens? Suppose you are very good lover of a coffee, or you are very good lover of a tea. Okay, you are very good lover of a tea. So now what happens? Earlier you were having tea at the price of 10 rupees, and easily you were having near about 5 cups of tea in a day. But what happened? Initially, the price of tea has been increased from 10 to 12. Now what happens? Now your income has been affected. The money in your pocket has been affected. So what happened? You shifted your demand from tea to coffee. Why? Because the price of the coffee is same. That is 10 rupees as tea. So for a meanwhile, as this prices increased of a tea, what you have done, you have shifted your demand to another good having the same preference name as coffee, because this also contains caffeine and it's very helpful to remove the laziness of yours. So this is substitute. Clear? Now I move to another one, that is complementary goods. That is complementary goods. Children, complementary goods are those goods which are being jointly demanded. Which are being jointly demanded. So in this case, when the price, complementary goods are those goods which are jointly demanded. So in this case, when the price of goods falls down, automatically the demand of goods risen up. The best example is car and petrol. Automatically, if the price of the petrol has fallen down, now you will be purchasing car quickly. Why is it so? Because car cannot run without a petrol. It must be needed a petrol to run it. Okay, so when automatically what happens? So the price has been just fallen down, so the car demand is being increased. So we all rush to a showroom and buy car. Okay, so these are jointly demanded goods. So automatically they are correlated, and if there is any increase or decrease in price, its demand fluctuates accordingly. So these are complementary goods. Okay, so these were the determinants of demand. Now we come to the types of demand. This is the last concept which I'm taking for the today lecture. After that, I will be explaining you later. So the first type of demand is individual demand. May I know the term? What do you mean by the term individual? Can anyone just tell me what do you mean by the term individual? Anyone? Individual. Yes. Individual is, as you can say, individual is basically those type of demands which are being made by the single consumer, which are being made by the single consumer. So all quantities demanded by an individual at all possible prices is known as individual demand. So for this, I'm just making an schedule to explain you better. This is the price in units. This is the quantity demanded in units. So suppose the price is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a demand is say the demand is suppose just give me a second 4, 3, 2, 1. So what you can see in this that what I told you, individual demand is that type of demand that is being made by any single consumer. Okay, any one person, suppose I take the name of Mr. X. He is one consumer. Okay, he is having his particular income, his particular demand, his particular preferences. So what happened when the price of good was 1, his quantity demanded was 4. When the price has been risen up to 2, his quantity demanded has been reduced to 3. When the price has increased from 2 to 3, the quantity demanded has fallen to 2. And when the price has increased to 4, his quantity demanded is 1. So what you can see in this, the same scenario. P, T, when the price was 1, our demand was 4. And when the price was 4, our demand was, what you can say? Our demand was, what it is? Our demand is more or less. It is more. No, it is more. Okay. So our demand at price 4, our quantity demanded is 1. Okay. So what you can see. Now let us make a graph that would be clear to you. This is our x-axis. This is our y-axis. This is our price. Okay. This is our quantity demanded. So prices take 2. That is 0 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when the price was 1, our quantity demanded was 4. When the price was 2, our quantity demanded was 3. When the price was 2, our quantity demanded is, tell me. 4. Our quantity demanded is 2. And when the price is 4, our quantity demanded is 1. So this is our schedule of demand. So this is how an individual takes the decision to buy the commodity at all possible prices according to the fluctuations of price. If the price is rising, it will be reducing its demand, and if the price is falling, what happens? It will be increasing its demand. So that's all for today. I hope you love this session, and please have a try. If any doubts, you can comment in the comment box. Thank you.